All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lie to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about. They tell you that themselves.
Motherfuckers be gay in Hollywood. You never. They be having these big parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms.
Earlier this year, when Katt Williams sat down with Shannon Sharpe to discuss an array of issues, including Sean Diddy, Combs' tainted past, people thought he was joking. But it didn't take long before his prophecy came to pass. Do you remember what he said about Diddy? If you don't, here's a recap.
$1 million 4 times. 4 times, just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right, because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell.
And in the same breath, Katt also talked about fellow comedian Steve Harvey ripping him to the bones. But are you aware that Harvey is one of the A-listers who allegedly partied hard with Diddy and played a huge role in his FOFs?
And control performances, which he called, and he often electronically recorded them.
Now with Diddy's end finally coming to pass, Steve Harvey is next in line, and nobody will be leading the line if not Katt Williams. Rumors have it that Harvey has been Diddy's slave for years. But the question is, why does he appear in one of Diddy's tapes? And has the music executive been using that to blackmail him? If this blows out, what will happen to Harvey's kids, his wife, his job, his reputation, and his legacy? Truth be told, there is a lot at stake for the Think Like a Man author.
Smashing the out of Lori Harvey. Check it out.
Katt recently dropped a bombshell hinting at Steve Harvey's daughter's relationship with rapper Diddy. Katt is always famous for unwinding Hollywood controversies. This time, the comedian brought another spicy item to the spotlight. According to Katt's sensational revelations, the author of the Most Respected Relationship Guide sold her stepdaughter to the music mogul Diddy for cash, and well, his silence. It is alleged that sometime in the 1990s and early 2000s, Harvey attended the famous Diddy parties, and the music mogul made a recording of him, which he has been using against him for years. Katt now insinuates that Harvey allowed her daughter to date both Diddy and his son because of this big secret money Mike believes Harvey reportedly considers her stepdaughter Lori. Nothing but an ATM card. Katt's few cents on this are fueled by the belief that bringing Lori and Diddy together right after Kim Porter's death back in 2019, Diddy and Lori were spotted hanging out together again. But this time the two were seen getting lunch with Lori's famous father, Steve Harvey. Can you imagine that the hip-hop mogul and the then 22-year-old star were all smiles and seemed to enjoy a beautiful sunny day in Niente, Italy during their daytime outing? The 67-year-old talk show host and his wife Marjorie Harvey joined the pair for a fancy feast. According to TMZ, Lori has been a longtime family friend, which comes as no surprise. The Harvey family and Combs have been intertwined for years, with Diddy and Steve Harvey sharing a friendship that dates back to at least 2005.
Yeah. There's been so many stories that have been made up about me. Like I've seen stories about me being like fully in love with somebody and we had like this whole relationship, and I'll see the guy and I'm like, I've actually never even met him before.
No.
Like full.
Lori, meanwhile, has navigated the celebrity world on her terms, linked with prominent figures in music and sports. Despite rampant speculation and paparazzi attention, Lori and Diddy's relationship was never officially confirmed. They were first romantically linked in the summer of 2019, but both parties kept their personal lives private. Diddy's son, Justin Combs, whom Lori was allegedly connected to previously, commented vaguely on their relationship, noting their privacy preference as earlier mentioned. The pair made headlines with their globe-trotting travel adventures. In July 2019, they were spotted in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, followed by trip to Italy, where they dined with Lori's parents. These outings, particularly the intimate Italian lunches in their appearance and matching outfits in Manhattan, fueled the rumors. It was even been rumored that Lori might have gotten engaged at one point, but Harvey quickly shut that down.
The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal.
Lori dismissed rumors that she and Diddy are betrothed after she was photographed at a Sarek event donning a large rock on her ring finger. "I'm not engaged." She wrote in response to the rumors, "Stop believing everything y'all read on a blog by October 2019 signs pointed towards." A split. Lori reportedly unfollowed Diddy on Instagram, a modern indicator of relationship troubles. Sources close to Diddy described the relationship as a fun fling, with Diddy focusing on healing and his family, according to a source linked with Diddy. The source told E! News he and Lori had fun fling, but Diddy is still healing and focusing on himself right now. He is not ready to be in a long-term committed relationship and is focusing on his kids right now. Interestingly, Lori dismissed rumors about her dating history shortly after specifically addressing the speculation about her and the Combs family. When the rumor came to light that she had allegedly dated both Diddy and his son Justin Diores, she denied it, saying, "I've heard I dated a father and son before." Absolutely not true, as you would expect fans took to social media to express themselves, tweeting, "So Steve Harvey couldn't provide for his daughter to the point that she ended up receiving money from Brother Love." Another one added, "Steve Harvey letting his daughter date Diddy when she was 22, 23 is crazy. On a double date is crazy. What the F is going on?" Katt Williams and Harvey haven't been seeing eye to eye, so it's nothing surprising that Katt is breathing fire again during his sit-down with Shannon Sharpe. The comedian went in hard on several prominent black actors and comedians in Hollywood, but Harvey was the only one he referred to as a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good and look like Mr. Potato Head. The Friday After Next star also claimed that Harvey was bald, stole an idea from Mark Curry to use as his own, and that Katt destroyed the Family Feud host in a comedy battle.
Oh, no, you ain't got to tell nobody nothing. All you got to do is be it. You ain't got to say, you don't have to open your mouth. You don't have to do it, man.
Steve told you that he stopped doing stand-up because he has 7 TV shows. The only problem is when he stopped stand-up. He didn't have those 7 TV shows. Katt said during one rant he stopped stand-up because he got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy with one Katt Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people, and lost because Katt Williams said he was actually bald and that was a wig, and I went in, and that's why he couldn't do stand-up anymore. Katt also made some bold claims about Harvey's idea for his show, The Steve Harvey Show, the same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he's the principal and he wears a suit, Katt said to Shannon. On January 7th, 2024, Harvey took to X, formerly known as Twitter, and seemingly responded to Katt's claims. The Family Feud host shared a clip of the game show where he addressed the audience. "No, you ain't got to tell nobody nothing. All you got to do is be it. You don't have to open your mouth," Harvey said, and then went on to quote Psalms 235. "He prepares a table in the presence of mine enemies. He do it all the time. All my haters, I ain't got to say nothing to them. They got TV, they can cut, they TV on 7 days a week. All that hate, man." He on there in the retweet of the video clip, Harvey wrote, "You don't have to address your hater." Months later, the comedian addressed Katt again, this time throwing humility out of the window. Harvey was a speaker at Atlanta's Invest Fest this past August, where he aired out some grievances regarding his haters, and his comments appeared to be aimed at Katt. "You'll never have hater that's doing better than you always know that," Harvey told the audience. "Don't get off the wall to address some petty a boy who ain't got us going for himself. Stop your climb on up the wall so you can come down here and talk to his little punk. I don't do that, man. I stay away from it," he continued. I want to confront them, yes, because I'm a human being, and I'm hood. I used to be a fighter, and I still got hands they slow, but if you get up on me real close, I can still knock your monkey out. I just don't have the quickness I had, but I can still turn my hip and shift that weight, and I'd knock your shorta out," he said. "I'd shoot you perm straight out your head." So clearly the two haven't gotten out of each other's chest. But Diddy's recent arrest gives Katt an advantage, given that the disgraced music mogul was pretty close to Harvey. And of course, with the magnitude of his case, he will definitely go down with some big names. Music fans are now convinced Katt Williams tried to warn people about Sean Diddy Combs' alleged wild parties amid the music producer's legal woes, as I got to protect my integrity, because if P. Diddy be wanting to party and you got to tell him no, He said in January on Shannon Sharp's Club Shay podcast, referring to Diddy infamous wild parties, federal and local authorities would later raid Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami to complete a search for a Sue trading investigation, which is under the control of the Southern District of New York.
Breaking news, the Department of Homeland Security has just confirmed to CNN that federal law enforcement agents have raided properties owned by musician and producer Sean Diddy.
News crews captured footage of Homeland Security investigations teams arriving at one house by boat, and also appeared to show the rapper's sons Justin and King Combs in handcuffs outside his Los Angeles mansion. It is understood the two men were not under arrest, but were being detained outside as agents searched the property. Katt discussed Diddy's alleged infamous parties in a now viral episode of Sharp's podcast. The widely disseminated episode lasted almost 3 hours, during which the comedian discussed everything from his family to his career to legal issues, grievances with other comedians and celebrities, and this year's presidential election following the Fed's raids on Diddy's homes. Katt's comments about him were reshared widely on social media, including X, formerly Twitter. "I got to protect my integrity in that b-hole I was telling you about because P. Diddy be wanting to party and you got to tell him no," he said in reference to an early comment he made saying he wanted to get this far in Hollywood and still have a b-hole and never have sap. Katt added of Diddy, "You got to tell him no, I did. I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you." The comedian may have also predicted Diddy's run-in with the feds. All of these big D deviants is all catching hell in 24. It's up for all of them. It doesn't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, all lies will be exposed in 30 years. I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it. The funny man said so. Harvey better be sure our guy is not bluffing following his recent arrest and detention. Some of the similarities in the cases brought against the rapper in recent days and Robert Sylvester Kelly several years ago are evident at a glance. Both are world-famous, powerful, and influential musicians who were accused of crimes by federal prosecutors in New York City.
We do begin tonight with singer R. Kelly, sentenced to 30 years behind bars after his conviction on racketeering charges.
But Diddy's case echoes R. Kelly's in another way. In each, prosecutors relied on a novel use of the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, or RICO, to indict them on allegations of using that power and fame to wield the resources businesses and people who answered to them to commit crimes and attempt to cover them up. Kelly is now serving 30 years for the New York case, following his conviction on racketeering and estering charges, and 20 years for another case out of the Eastern District of Illinois, where he was convicted on charges of graffiti and enticement. The singer has since appealed both convictions and in July petitioned the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn his Illinois conviction, claiming the charges should have been barred by the statute of limitations. Diddy, meanwhile, was indicted in the Southern District of New York on 3 counts: racketeering, conspiracy, estering, and transportation to engage in tuition. He has pleaded not guilty and faces up to life in prison if convicted. So will Harvey be among the high-profile casualties of. And talking of receipts, does it mean Katt will be called as one of the witnesses? Only time will tell. And that's it from us today. Until next time. Thank you for watching.